Welcome to Sleepers Got Talent on the Sleepers Podcast. This is an extremely special episode today. Hart, you're excited.
We got a theme song. I was thinking about going with a da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
It's so literally just the American Idol theme.
That's American Idol?
Yeah.
Okay, we can't do that because I don't want to cease and desist. I feel like we've gone a long time without getting one of those.
Honestly, we're really good at ceasing. We're not good at desisting. So I think that'd be a problem for us.
No, we're good at desisting. We're not good at ceasing.
We can talk about that offline. I still get those two confused. Anyways, hi, welcome. This is Sleepers Got Talent. This is how this is going to work. If you're looking for a normal Sleepers Podcast episode, you can listen to yesterday's, you can listen to tomorrow's, and it will feel normal to our 3 segments, one big thing, comments, all of that. For today, for the first time in Sleepers Podcast history, we do not have comments. We do not have a one big thing. We are simply here to execute the mission at hand. And today's mission is to introduce our lovely audience to our 11 contestants for season 1 of Sleepers Got Talent. If you're listening to this, like, what the hell is this? Why are you doing a talent show? We talked about it a little bit yesterday on the full episode, but this is what's happening. This is our goal. We put out an ask on Twitter asking for applicants for a potential creative internship. I call it a creative internship because we are simply looking for somebody with a creative skill set and a love for college basketball to help join our team and contribute to everything we're trying to do on a day-to-day basis. If you've watched us long enough, you know our team right now is Carter, myself. We've got Riley Davis, Deion Hill-Ford, Brian Ralph working on camera. We've got producer JK behind the scenes doing everything for us. And then we've worked with a lot of part-time contributors in the last couple of years on social media. We're working with some right now, some who will even compete in this competition. But for the most part, these have all sort of been part-time contributors that have worked out to varying degrees. And after some discussion, Carter and I have agreed we need to get more serious about expanding our team and getting more people involved. So that's what we're here to do. Some specific things we asked for: graphic design capabilities to help us make awesome graphics for social media management capabilities to know what they're doing and really help us grow our social media presence, which we have not done well with, video editing so you can fill in for Jacob when he takes his many vacations, and video editing as well to help us make reels, YouTube shorts, grow our TikTok. And then just a knowledge of college basketball, ball, nollie in general. Do you know what you're doing? Do you love this as much as us? If you have any of those, you would obviously be a good addition to our team. And Cart, we got 31 applicants for this over a 2-week span. We whittled that down to 11 who we wanted to allow to compete in this competition. Those are the 11 people that you will meet today. We are going to play their audition tapes, whatever they sent us. We asked for a 60-second audition video, and we received some good ones, some interesting ones, some entertaining ones. We'll go through all of them today, introduce you to our contestants, and then, Cart, should we go through how the whole competition works from there, or I'll pause for you to add whatever you'd like before we proceed?
So before we do that, because I do think you need to kind of get into that a little bit more, I just want to say that I am genuinely excited for this. And though it might seem a little bit bitty in how we're, bringing this forward and doing this, it's truly coming from a place of that we do think that we need to grow in those areas. And we think that it is beyond the people we have right now doing so. And there are so many talented people out there, and we feel like we can actually narrow this down to where we are finding possibly like a for-lifer, you know what I'm saying? Our little stink-a-butt that could be part of our crew.
This is unbelievable, man. That is absolutely not okay to lay out that
That's
we're
true. As a head of HR,
stink-a-butt.
I am going to give myself a strike. That's not okay.
Good Lord. Okay, so how does this work? Today we're going to introduce you to all 11 contestants. From then on, nothing's going to happen for the next week. This will take place all throughout July. Think of it as if it's a television show. You get 1 to 2 episodes a week, and then the show advances over time. For now, after we introduce you to these 11 contestants have already been briefed on what their first task is. They have all of this week to make a graphic of any kind that we would share on social media in theory, based on any segment from any Sleepers episode that is currently on our YouTube channel. Go back through history, find a segment that you think would look good in graphic form, whether it's a draft, whether it's rankings, whether it's something team specific, lineups, anything. Put it into a graphic form, make it look good, send that to us to show us what you can do. I'm intentionally keeping things vague. I had a couple of contestants email me being like, well, what video should we use? I was like, that's on you to figure out, because I want to see how good creatively, strategically are some of these applicants at knowing what would play well on social media and what would not. Is it the easiest talent competition? No, I'm not picking their songs for them. I'm just telling them to sing. And we'll hope that they come in with some good songs selections along the way. After that, we'll come back a week from now and we will trim our contestants from 11 to 8 based on the graphics that they submit. They will then be given a new assignment, which will have to do with video editing. That we'll speak more on that when the time comes. There will be another round of cuts a week later from 8 to 5. When there are 5 contestants left, we're going to get our team involved. We're going to get Brian Ralph, Riley Davis, and Dion Hilford involved. And Carter and I are actually going to step out of the competition, and through some interviews, through some interacting with our team, our 3 additional team members will eliminate 2 more. We will go from 5 to 3, and Carter and I might lose our favorite applicants, but you got to impress our team as much as you impress us. In the end, we will have 3 remaining contestants, 3 finalists, who will be given access to the Sleepers Twitter for 24 hours each. And on successive Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays that week, those 3 finalists will each have a day to do whatever they want to promote Sleepers Media. We'll see how they do. We'll see how hard they work. And in the end, we will crown a winner. Car, what does the winner get?
The winner, well, first of all, the winner gets a chance to be in the intern for the month, but not just the intern, a compensated intern, because there will be a prize pot that is allotted with this, where the prize, the person will get $500 and also be given the opportunity to be a part of the team for a month and then possibly extended longer, given on how that month goes.
Basically, you get a 1-month contract with a $500 bonus up front as the winner of this
A
competition.
stipend.
You could call it a stipend, yeah.
I
And
want
then
to call it a stipend.
if basically we want to try it out for a month from there. You'll work directly with Carter and I, and if both parties are enjoying this, feeling like it's going well, we will absolutely look to compensate this person long term and ink a longer term deal from there. But that's how this works. Should be fun along the way. Hopefully, we can help these 11 contestants who all seemingly want to get into college basketball in some form, want to get into the sports media world and have varying skill sets. Hopefully, we can give each of them a little bit of a platform. Hopefully, we can introduce them to the world a tiny little bit. And along the way, even if it's not the people who end up winning the competition for us, maybe our audience ends up liking the work or liking the personalities of some of these people and grow their following a little bit, help them out. We've seen the internet do that before. So that's our goal with all of this. Most importantly, we want to have fun with this all month of July. This will be a reoccurring theme. We'll still have a lot of normal episodes mixed in between, but this will run the entire month of July, and we will crown our winner on August 1st. So without further ado, Sleepers Got Talent, Season 1. Let's get in to our 11 contestants, Car. We are going to watch their auditions live on camera, you and I. And then we're not eliminating. We're not sending anybody through. We're not eliminating anyone from these 11. All 11 of these are locked in. But we will share with the world their audition tape. And then you and I can banter and discuss each applicant as we go one by one. Any thoughts before we begin?
We're not going to discriminate on this when we do this, right?
What type of discriminating do you want to do?
Not like anything serious, but like I feel like we got a certain height quota with the company. Like, are we you know what I'm saying? Are we going to ignore? Like, I don't want anyone in our company taller than me, respectfully.
So just to be clear, we've been doing this for 10 minutes, and you already called this, let's find our little stink-a-butt.
Mhm.
You tried to steal American Idol's theme song,
Hmm.
and now you're asking if we can harass the contestants.
Harass is such a nasty word.
All of this is nasty from you. You also, before we go to these 11 contestants, is there anything specific that you, as a judge, as someone who is a key member of Sleepers Media, what are you looking for in our winner?
To be honest, I feel like people always want to differentiate themselves, and I do think that is going to be big in this one. But also, like, I think there needs to be. I would love someone to be an extension of us, to be honest with you. Like the best parts of me and the best parts of you, however few or many there are of both of us, just a nice little melting pot of both.
Okay. All right. You want another us.
Hmm.
All
A
right.
more,
I like
but
that.
a more in shape one.
Sure. I like that. Yeah, I want someone, I mean, as a starting point for sure, I want someone that we're going to enjoy interacting with, obviously, that our team will enjoy interacting with, someone that's adaptable and can work with all that. But like all things that have worked for us on this channel cart, I want someone who works as hard as we do, someone that has an extreme interest in college basketball and is willing to just grind and see where it takes them. And then more importantly, by far for me, skill set wise, I just want someone really creative. Like if you don't have perfect graphic design skills, if you don't have perfect video editing, but you're willing to learn and you have a great creative idea, strategic mind, you can help us a lot. We need more
Facts.
people who think like that. So that's what I'm hoping these contestants show along the way. Without further ado, we are now going to introduce you to our 11 contestants one by one, beginning with Mr. Aiden Lee. Introducing our first contestant, Aiden Lee, aka Booby, a member of the Sleepers Discord.
Hi, what's up, Sleepers Media? So I'm on a stream career right now. So I'll try to make it short. Don't really want to be at it for too long. But so for like internship, social media thing, whatever, some ideas that I have, I haven't got the time to like make a template yet for because I have just like mainly talking about Instagram right now. I have some ideas, so like want to do just like charts, like the stuff that you like charts, list, ranking stuff you've already done like that. Top 25s or top 40s or like I mean whatever, like top fill in the blank. Um, I think we need a good or you would need like a good like a Twitter post like for Instagram, so like the picture, then like a tweet from you or like something you highlight. You know what I mean? Um, I'm like it's just making graphics from like content from your YouTube channel for sure. But then stuff I thought we could also make would be like just maybe to like like promotion or publicity to the account would be like betting posts. And then for when I like use my Notre Dame account, there's this thing I call just like Instagram posts. And that's like posts that I found that do really good on my account. It's just a couple of pictures and it's just kind of like a white bar and then it's not like clickbait, but it's kind of like it's a little clickbaity, just a little quick like, catchphrase. It's kind of like what Slam does, stuff like that. And I found those do like really well. Like my account averages like 300 likes, and like I had one get like 20,000. I'll have them. They like usually get like 3 to 4. So stuff like that. I think some fun stuff that you could do. We could do like jersey swaps. So like if you ever have like a topic that you guys are talking about, I think we could do like a like just say you're talking about what if you wanted to trade a player from somewhere to somewhere. So like you traded Braden Smith for I don't know Braden Smith for Donovan Dim in some hypothetical world. Like we could do that where it's like Braden Smith in UCLA jersey, Donovan Dim in Purdue jersey, stuff like that. And I'm trying to think. I know you guys don't like breaking media, like breaking news, because I don't know how you'd feel about doing just like commitment posts stuff like that, but that's definitely things that I could do if you guys are interested in that. I don't know if you guys would want to do stuff like
All right. We're gonna stop the share right there. For what it's worth, Aiden sent in this 3 minute video, and then he sent in another 59-second video that said, "Sorry, I don't know why that cut off." Reminder: we asked our applicants to submit a 60-second or less video, and this was the longest submission we received. Booby submitted 3 minutes and 59 seconds in the form of two videos. I was unable to show the second video from Aiden because literally, for some reason, the file was so big it didn't download in my email. I can't send it to myself. So there you have it. That is Aiden Lee's submission. Cart, I'll throw it to you first. What's your reaction to Aiden Lee's submission?
uh, Starters, just get it out there. Doesn't follow directions. But that might be okay because I don't know if I follow directions necessarily that great. But some big talking points in there that I liked. I like the charts conversation. Also, I like the he went and talked about the clickbaity stuff, but also not being clickbaity, but at the same time being clickbaity. I'm a big follower of Slam and their social media and how they operate. I know exactly what he was talking about. I like that type of stuff. And also just with Booby being a part of our Discord, we have gotten an insight into the type of things that he does. And he's pretty good with the graphics and things such as that. So you know, obviously doesn't follow directions, but some really good things in there.
Booby is one of four of our 11 applicants that we are at least somewhat familiar with. More on those other three later as we watch their auditions. But there are seven members of this competition that we have no idea who they are, and they just signed up for this. And then four that we have somewhat of a familiarity with. Things that we know about Aiden are that he really does love college hoops. I think he lives and breathes this, and that's been demonstrated in a variety of ways. He's tried to write his own college basketball season preview and get us involved. So clearly there's a work ethic and an interest there that I think I'd put up there with anybody in this competition. Um, just off that audition video alone, if we didn't know who Booby was, I don't know that we would have put him through based on that. Like we asked for a 60-second video. You give us 4 minutes in a villa with like beeping cars behind you. I don't know what to do with that. With that said, love that you're in a villa. The way he described this was, quote, the internship, social media, whatever. Doesn't make me feel like you're all that interested in the spot either. So, yeah, I would say Aiden's got his work cut out for him based on that audition tape, but I do think the skill set challenges in this competition might be more up his alley and he might shine compared to the audition.
Yeah, also counterpoint goes by Booby.
He goes by Booby, and I actually really like the jersey swaps idea.
Yeah, I do
And we're
too.
looking for creative ideas people bring to the table. That would be good.
Yeah. It's not all, hey, listen, it's about going through. You get through, but there's also a lot to play out in this competition. You can separate yourself with different challenges.
Do we want to give grades to these as we go through them, or do we want to keep our own thoughts a little more private?
Let's keep our own thoughts a little more private.
Okay. All right. So that was Aiden Lee. Next up is another name that people should remember, Dylan Terpstra.
What's up, Carter? What's up, Greg? Just reaching out with your guys' interest in hiring someone new. I think I'd be able to contribute, doing graphics, running social media, like done that with you guys before. Done graphics for my high school basketball team, Hudsonville, Ryan Hammer, obviously you guys. I've done some stuff with Trilly, various basketball recruits and players, Grand Rapids Storm, big AAU team in Michigan. And I'll be, not in school right now, but availability is pretty good for me. If I can always fit, a few graphics in whenever you need it. Obviously, I got track in the spring, so that'd be a little busier, but I still put that stuff in. I think my work's only improving. I think the graphics are gonna get better, especially with, maybe more of a set, pay or directions, even like just stuff like that. I think my work's definitely gonna get way better, and yeah, I'll be a junior next year at Hope, majoring in comm. Still kind of unsure where exactly I want to go. I know it'd be really cool to get into the sports industry, so I think this would be an amazing opportunity for me. And don't hate you guys. I'm just a super broke college guy, so that's why I've been in and out of the Discord. But yeah, appreciate it, guys.
All right. Thank you, D-Terp. D-Terp, another that we are familiar with. We worked with him, as he alluded to, last summer. and he is an awesome graphic design talent. I mean, he has made graphics for a bunch of people in the college basketball industry. Honestly, not to put a little pressure on him as a candidate here, Carr, reminds me of a young Joe Tipton. I think D-Terp is kind of on the Joe Tipton path. Clearly, there's a successful path for people like that in the industry who grind and have a great eye for design and can make connections. So, I guess before we evaluate his audition tape, we stopped working with D-Terp. Like we gave it a couple months, and then after the NBA draft show last year, we basically decided to step away. Do you want to just speak to where you're at with D-Terp as a contestant? Because I got to be honest, I love D-Terp, but I am surprised that he auditioned for this after he kind of was in a similar role last summer, and then we went in another direction.
Yeah, look, I think that D Terp does great graphic work. I think he does great stuff with his graphics. If I remember correctly, I think was it D Terp like like stuff D Terp did aligning with stuff that Sleepers did and being associated like his actions affected Sleepers.
I don't remember it that way necessarily. My interpretation, so I loved working with D-Terp. I thought the best our social media has ever been was when D-Terp was running it.
Yeah.
No shots
Yeah.
at a later contestant coming soon. But D-Terp, there were two things for me that made us like reconsider, is this a great fit? The biggest one was just D-Terp was getting so good and so big on his own that he started making graphics for like Ryan Hammer. And obviously D-Terp is a mind of his own. He would put his own rankings out, and I think people would see D Terp's rankings and they looked awfully similar to what he was putting out from us. So sometimes we would start to get almost held accountable for like D Terp's personal rankings just because all the graphics looked really similar. But I think it'd be easy to navigate that, and I wasn't all that worried about it at the time. The breaking point for me was when we had the NBA Draft-a-Palooza, and Dieter was our socials guy, and we called him like 2 weeks in advance. We're like, hey, we got like Braden Smith and Jeremiah Fears and like 30 guest book. This is gonna be awesome. And he was just like, oh, like sorry, I watched the draft with my dad, so I can't help you.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
And I was just like, ah. And then we're kind of airing him out here right now, but like, welcome to the competition, right? Like what happened with us at that point, and we weren't paying him enough to want to hold him accountable. Trust me. But I don't know. Part of it is like we want to feel like you want it as bad as we do. And the point blank thing was I felt like after a couple months with Dieter, I didn't come away with that sense, and it was hard to envision continuing onward. So I will say, seeing him re-enter this competition and audition
I like that.
makes me think he wants it maybe more than I realized he wanted. And I am very curious what's going to come from D-Terp in this competition. Now to the video specifically, his audition, what he sent in. Any thoughts?
You know, the availability part of it is interesting. We are kind of a year-round company, and we don't really take sabbaticals, kind of in the way it's operated. And obviously, D-Terp has his commitments. He is a college athlete. By the way, that's an obvious downside for me. Shout out to the don't bring up that school that goes by the Dutch around me. All right, it's Go Brits, it's FTD until I die. With that said, I understand that D-Terp has collegiate athletic, you know, assumptions that he has to abide by, but I don't like how that was kind of the availability portion of that was put forward. I need you here, D-Terp. I need you to be part of the squad with us.
Yeah, he mentioned that, and he mentioned like with a more steady pay, which like is not a guaranteed part of this, right? Like we have a one-time bonus, which is more than we ever gave D-Terp for multiple months of working with us, but we don't know that it's guaranteed. Like you don't win this competition and get like a year's salary or anything like that. So I don't know. D-Terp a mysterious one. I think like you could definitely lay out that D-Terp is like the most talented visual person in this competition. And if the other boxes are checked by the end of it, we could absolutely end in a world where D-Terp is the winner of this show. I'm very happy that he applied because, again, I think our socials were in the best spot they've ever been when D-Terp was running them. So more to come from you, D-Terp, but good to see you. And also, I think it's a pro that he's a college athlete because we need more runners on staff. And he's like he's winning competitions as a runner in college. That's big time.
Yeah, we don't rock with hope.
I rock with hope.
You better not.
Hope versus everybody.
I hate you.
Should we get to contestant three?
Please.
Allow me to introduce you to contestant number 3, Eli Grasham.
Hello, Sleepers Got Talent. My name is Eli Grasham, and I am a 19-year-old media production major at the Ball State University. Chirp, chirp. Despite my age, I actually have a ton of experience in video editing, graphic design, and script writing because I've been working in that field from a young age. In fact, I even hosted a talk show at my high school where I did all the script writing, graphic design, and video editing while hosting the show. I also have extensive entertainment experience as I've been an actor working with audiences from a very young age, and I continue to professionally act in my summers. But during my school year, I actually worked with Ball State Admissions with creating social media content for their TikTok and Instagram pages. In my free time, I host a podcast with my roommate, Chase, and we call it Mini Hoopers. It's on YouTube and Spotify. And we talk all things college basketball and professional sports. And last but certainly not least, I do have the Greg Waddell cosigner as he follows me on Twitter. Thank you, and please consider me for the position. I'm sure there's a lot more questions that you ask, and I'm more than willing to answer. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Eli Grasham. That is Eli Grasham. Hart, straight to you on this one. Your thoughts on the audition from Eli?
Well, I love you, Eli. Now, look, I thought that was a very, very well done audition tape. I thought he touched on a lot of things. A lot of the things he said resonated with me in that. The one that sticks out right away that I think you'll resonate with is that when he was the host of that show, he was doing the screenwriting, the producing. He was doing multiple hats. A lot of people as sleepers wear multiple hats. You need to be able to do that. He knows how to do the TikTok. He knows how to do the reels and the graphic design, like he stated. He also changed into a jersey out of nowhere mid audition. We noticed things like that. That's something we got to take note of. And he can rock the hell out of a beanie. The beanie in that TikTok looked incredible. It was a tie-dye beanie. I noticed that right away. That was a very good tape, Eli.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
This competition just got real. Welcome to Sleepers Got Talent. Because no disrespect to our first 2 submissions, who we're very happy to have, and I'm excited to see what they do. Eli is the first contestant we've unveiled here that we have no familiarity with, and he just set a very high bar because he just submitted something that followed directions, was within 60 seconds. It showcased supreme versatility. That's the word that comes to mind for me based on that audition tape. Script writing, professional acting, social media running and posting to TikTok, podcast hosting. He's done it all from a content perspective. You're absolutely right. That's how I got into the industry, was just being someone who could do everything. Even if I wasn't great at it, I would say yes to it and figure it out. And I feel like Eli would immediately be that guy for us. But also, got to add to this, this is just the reality of this, right? In this world, sometimes you could check all the boxes we ask for, but just not have all that much to you from like a persona standpoint. Like maybe you check everything, but you're just a little bit too boring, or you're not memorable enough. Something like that. I don't know. Eli's got it, man. Like from an aura standpoint, just from I would love to add him with all of his skill sets and how comfortable he's been on camera. We would find a way to make him work in our universe, I think. So I loved that audition tape, and I'm very excited to see where this goes from Eli.
Yeah, one downside though, alienated me. Does my follow mean nothing? Am I nothing in this case? A lot of Greg in that. No cart for me.
Do you follow him?
Don't know who it is.
So I don't think you follow him. I think that's why.
Okay, so I earned it. Okay.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Eli, thank you for the submission. The jersey change was such a great moment too. Like on top of all this, right now he's doing everything great, just changes into a jersey for no reason.
And we don't know what jersey it is either. He just changed into it.
Was that intentional, do you think? Or was that like he made multiple cuts and just forgot that he put a jersey on?
Honestly, I don't care either way because we're thinking about it.
Yeah, I like to think it was intentional, but that honestly, the jersey swap mid audition might be the thing we talk about most at the end of the audition. So, Eli, great job with your submission. Let's introduce you to our 4th contestant. Introducing contestant number 4, Jackson Hill.
What's up, Sleepers team? My name is Jackson Hill. I'm 17 years old. I'm going to be a senior in high school, and I think I'd be a perfect fit for the Sleepers team. A few reasons are I make graphics like this few you can see above me right now. And I know basketball for sure. Like I've watched every single Duke game start to finish since probably 2018-19. That is when I probably started watching college basketball. And ever since then, I've been locked in. but I'm looking for an opportunity to talk about the sport that I love, which is college basketball. And I think this could be the perfect opportunity for me to use before I go to college and gain some experience to hopefully use later on in life. So thank you guys. Take my application in consideration. Have a good day.
All right, there you have it. That is Mr. Jackson Hill. We're gonna stop the screen share right there. Cart, your thoughts on the audition?
So like the initiative from the young man here. Got a young kid, not even in college yet. Showed his work immediately. I like that. Don't know where I'm at as far as, the I started watching college basketball in 2018, but like also he's 17, so like that kind of makes sense. So I don't know, I don't like as a unk, I don't know how to align with that.
I
But
thought he was 10 then.
was he? That's crazy to me. I don't see I got to get past that. But I like that. I like the ending too, the ending little ending graphic of it. That's underrated on it. Um, Also not sure if the Nebraska shirt was like meant to mean something, but I felt it.
Yeah, me too. So Duke fan is what I gleaned from that. Um Nebraska shirt was an interesting call, but I'm intrigued. Like there's some mystery here that has me wanting to learn more. I love his at handle, Jack Knows Ball. I like that. I thought it's a very subtle thing, but he made that video and then as soon as he was done, it went to like the title slide at the end.
Yeah.
You saw? That looked great, and it expresses to me that he understands things need to look good and he already has a sense of how to do it. I would honestly venture to guess some of the people in this competition wouldn't even know how to put a little end slide in like that. So for a high schooler to already be thinking that way, that has me really intrigued. Just will be honest, based on that audition tape, not super comfortable with the idea of him maybe being a personality on camera for us, which we don't know if that's something we want out of this or not. But I think ideally, anyone we work with, that's something that we want at least them to have the ability to do in case of an emergency or in case, like, it would only be good for our brand if the person that wins this competition is somebody who could be on camera. So, but he's young. Maybe that's something that he adds later on. Any red flags majorly that come out of this one for you or no?
Uh, you know, Not maybe the one like I don't know. I don't want to be a stepping stone. I don't want to be the gain experience podcast. I want you to feel a part of this. I want you to see the growth within this.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's 18, so or 7.
Honestly, is it fair to say that that's gonna like th- that's a young kid,
Correct.
and I'm willing to like gamble on young kids. I gamble on young kids all the time, to be honest with you. Um, but I don't know.
Are we allowed to give a $500 prize to a high school student?
Maybe like give it to his mom or dad or like his guardian, and they like handle it.
Yeah. Okay. On that last title card, he had the letters DDMF at the bottom. I like the mystery there. Do we have any idea what DDMF might stand for?
Dan Dockish mother. I don't know.
That'd be hilarious. My major red flag, I wasn't sure if you even knew this or would get to this or not, but my major red flag was this video was sent via a link to Canva.
Oh, this is the Campbell one.
Yeah. So I'm like, which again, maybe that's all he's got as a high school student. And even having access to a Canva account as a high school student is pretty impressive. But yeah, you got to like when you finish a Canva design, export it, send it as a video, make it easy on the person getting it. So just a little feedback for you, Jackson Hill, but good audition. We're happy to have you in the competition. And I also like, we could call him Jay Hill.
Yeah, I like that too.
Our fifth contestant is a name that may be familiar to you, but now you can put a face to a name, Sleepers Nation. This is our current social media guy, Mr. Jay Hart.
My name's Jay Hart, and I've been behind the Sleepers social media pages for about 8 months now.
Oh.
I think in my 8 months, I've developed a wide range of reasons why I'd be a strong winner of Sleepers Got Talent, but I don't want to focus on any of that. In my 8 months, I did get to learn from the best. I got to learn from producer JK, who did teach me to take a vacation in the middle of any contest or responsibilities that you do have, that it is important to take vacations. And so I will be in Wyoming for the first week or so of this competition. However, the skill I really think I possess that makes me the deserved winner of this competition is that I just straight up know what I'm talking about. I know ball. I know that this is a competition where the number one skill you can have is knowing ball. I think that people who interact with me in the Discord and on Twitter and on other social medias and even in just private conversations would agree that I know what I'm talking about. I think I watch as much college basketball as anyone, and I think you could ask my roommates, and they would tell you that. They would agree with that sentiment. Whether it's breaking down an offensive set or analyzing a player's game at the next level, I have an opinion on all of it, and I feel like it's educated on all. And that's really the main reason why I think I'd be a great winner of Sleepers Got Talent.
All right. I will add to this. Jay Hart sent an additional video in that's very quick with his audition. I'm going to share that right now. But if you remember, Cart, you said the number one thing you were looking for out of a winner here was someone who could juggle. Jay Hart also sent this in. That is 3 seconds of him juggling. So, Cart, your thoughts on our current social media guy, Jay Hart's submission to Sleepers Got Talent?
Well, I mean, the JK stray was nice. Got to throw that out there immediately. Humorous part about it. I did like that there was, other things integrated into the video as well. Obviously, like you had the Purdue clip on there. You had a little set thing that was kind of going on there. Um, the one thing that I'm intrigued about, though, is that, I thought there was a big focus on ball knowledge. And ball knowledge is great, right? I feel like ball knowledge is a badge of honor that most people love to wear like it's the best thing ever. But ball knowledge, doesn't help you grind. It doesn't necessarily help you, with graphics and creative ideas and things such as that. Like it gets you to a certain point. It helps you out. And I do think that Jay Hart is very ball knowledgeable. But that's the one thing I think there was maybe a bit too much emphasis on ball knowledge in that video.
I do agree. So first off, Jay Hart does know ball, but
Yeah.
I do think it was an interesting choice by Jay Hart to go the ball knowledge route as the sell in his audition tape. Because I don't know like what we're after. I don't think ball knowledge is one of the. I mean, I had it listed as like one of the 4 skills, but I don't know. Like ball knowledge alone will not win this competition. Now, Jay Hart's in the most interesting spot of anybody. As I mentioned, we know Aiden and Dylan who auditioned earlier in this episode, but Jay Hart is like currently working for us. And I mean, Jay Hart, when we tweeted this out, I didn't give Jay Hart a heads up that we were going to do this competition. So he texted me, he was like, "Can you call me?" And I called him and he was just like, "Hey, what does this mean for me? Like, am I fired?" And I was like, "No, you're not." I will say, like, I don't know if Jay Hart is going to win or lose this competition, truly. I think if Jay Hart won this competition and like actually on merit emerged as the best contestant out of these 11, that might be the best thing for us. I don't know if I'd say I'm rooting for that to happen, but like that'd be easy and good if we just like gave Jay Hart a bonus and a raise and tried to work with him more seriously. But I will say if he wins this competition, it would be because he demonstrates some things to us that I don't know that he's demonstrated in the current time running social media. And I think this is all feedback I might even give him if needed. I part of Jay Hart getting to this point I also might be like me not helping him out as much as I needed to as a boss, but he's covered for JK. On the video side, he's done a good job with that, but it's not something he's overly fluent in, I would say, as a skill set. Haven't really seen too much graphic design from Jay Hart, and at times I will say I question a lot of his visions with that. I don't think it comes super natural to him. He's done a really good job with the social videos. Like, if I could give constructive feedback to Jay Hart based on this audition, lean into like the stuff that has worked that you've already done, and like how can you do more of it and expand on it? Because the social videos have gone really, really well, but man, I still feel like we could up the volume on those. I feel like we've provided feedback that we want to do more of those, and I don't know that we've started doing more of those. So I don't know. I don't know where we stand is the point. Like Jay Hart has been told at the end of this competition, if he doesn't win, he's still working for us.
Mm.
I wish to continue a relationship with Jay Hart regardless because I love the kid. I love working with him. And I think he has that part down. There's no doubt it's going to be fun for him to work with us and our team. And that was demonstrated in his audition too, right? Like he's cracking Jacob jokes. Like he just is a good hang that gets in with us. But Carter, is it fair to say point blank, Jay Hart has some shit to prove? And maybe this competition is like his prove it ground. But is that fair to say? Like coming off that audition tape and where we stand?
I think it's fair to say. And I think some people might have assumed that Jay Hart had the upper hand, possibly being in this. But this is a challenge. I feel like in certain times that we've done this, even ourselves have challenged you, challenged me, I've challenged you, and we work very, very well in let me see what y'all got scenarios. And that's what we're trying to see from Jay Hart in this one. Let's see what you got.
Yeah. Honestly, can I make a baseball analogy?
I'd rather you not.
Okay, then I won't. But Jay Hart's a baseball guy, so I was going to kind of give it to him.
What is he, Sammy Sosa?
I feel like he's our Spencer Torkelson. Like we drafted you high. We believe in you big time. You've got a big time resume, sort of. You've got this reputation to uphold, and you showed some pop. Like you've had big homer years, but then we're kind of also just we're flatlining a little bit, and now it's like okay, like we can't go to bed at night sitting on torque waiting for a breakout. We've got to get a Tarek Skubal in. We've got to get a Riley Green in. We've got to build the farm system. And in the end, what's still best for us is Torque comes back and hits 300 and smacks 60 homers. That's what we all want to have happen. But we can't sit and wait for it to happen, if that makes sense. I feel like that's the situation with Jay Hart. And we're not cutting you at any point. That's not happening. But this is a prove it week for Jay Hart.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And coincidentally, it's a prove it week for Jay Hart, and he's gone.
It's telling.
What do we do with that? Because I mean, this was pre-planned. He didn't know this was going to happen. He communicated that with us beforehand. So, like, how do we add that to this mix?
I'm docking points.
Are you?
Yeah, because I think in that scenario, I would lie. I might be in Wyoming. I might be on vacation. Y'all wouldn't know that.
Well, we need to know it because Jay Hart is supposed to run our socials. And the way he delivered the vacation news to me was like, hey, I can't do anything for a week. I'm in Wyoming with no internet. So, which also begs the question, like, do we want a social guy who goes off the grid for a week?
No.
Probably not, in
No,
theory. Like,
unfortunately. If we had it our way, no.
Yeah. But anyways, so I think Jay Hart, we'll see. I don't know. We got to see how this first competition goes. To Jay Hart's credit, he has asked if he could do the work early before he goes to his vacation. So I think he's going to submit a couple different rounds of work for this, and we'll just take them one by one and eliminate him in the right spot when the time comes, if it comes, or keep advancing him if he deserves it. We shall see. Jay Hart, thank you for the submission. Lastly, if you could really juggle, that would have been a 15-second video, not a 3-second video, right?
Facts.
Crazy. Let's go to our sixth contestant. Our sixth contestant is another former Discord member, Jordan Cohen, aka J Money.
Jordan, better known as J Money. I'm a diehard Northwestern fan, and I think I'd be a good fit for the team because I've always been like really good at being like behind a camera, being filmed and stuff like that. And I've also been improving on like making graphics and stuff like that. And I have elite ball knowledge, and I'm going to Marquette to major in sports communication, and my ultimate goal is to be like a play-by-play broadcaster. And some fun facts about me are everyone always tells me I look like Caitlin Clark, but I actually play like Angel Reese. I was a past Discord member. My favorite NBA player is Dante DiVincenzo. And here's some proof I can juggle for Carter. I hope this video sees all of you well. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you very much, Jay Money, Jordan Cohen. Cart, over to you.
So I like the insight to personality we get from that. Just because I have so many like favorite players, Dante DiVincenzo. You juggle with two balls, even though I know that's not juggling. You look like Caitlin Clark, but you hoop like Angel Reese. There's a lot of good things in there, I must say. And just like in general, like the sports member, the Northwestern stuff that's in the room. your Northwestern love. Obviously, we know Jay Money from the Discord, great Discord member. So yeah, I thought there were some positive things in there for sure.
It's a fun audition, very fun audition. I am in on the J Money experience, but again, part of that is we enjoyed our interactions with J Money in the Discord. Will say had no idea that J Money was female off of the interactions in the Discord. Maybe I should have known that, but did not. So was just a little surprised at first glance with that. But totally loved that audition. Going to Marquette. J Money, big reputation as a Northwestern fan, so that's an interesting development as well. But I would feel comfortable saying I feel like if this was simply just like a who would we like to work with personality type contest, J Money might win the show. Like I'm very in on just being creatively collaborative with Jordan Cohen the person. I think what will matter the most in the long run here is how she performs in these competitions because I feel like what I didn't get from that audition was any sense of do I have graphic design? Can I produce videos? Can I do this stuff? Or am I just like a fun, funny, ball loving person?
Hmm.
So I'm excited. I think that'll be the biggest thing is she's got to crush those. But if she does, she could go very far in this competition.
Yeah, like I said, there's multiple steps in this. It's not just on this. This is not the end all be all. There's different phases of this that we need to see, and I'm interested to see how she operates in that space.
We are over halfway through our six debut contestants here, and half of the six we have unveiled have a nickname that goes by J blank, J Hill, J Hart, and J Money.
I guess Eli is it J? No, no, no. You're right. How do we? And we have JK already.
Yeah, I don't know, but I will say we are now through all four of the people we had a previous knowledge of. So our remaining five that we are about to unveil to you are all brand new to us and brand new to you. Let's get to contestant number seven. Contestant number seven, Luca Mazy.
Hello, Sleepers Media. My name is Luca Mazy, and I'm a 17-year-old sports journalist. I started when I was just 14 years old working for the local media outlet for high school sports, and I made my way all the way up to Michigan State rivals as well as Stanford on Sports Illustrated. It was a great moment for my career, and I truly believe that I could find a place in the college sports media when I'm older. My connection to Sleepers Media is over the basketball season, I truly connected to Carter and all the Sleepers Media team through their Michigan and Michigan State discussions as I grew up a Michigan State fan. I also worked for Spartans Illustrated, part of Rivals, which is the same website that Carter and a few special guests have been on. That I love Sleepers Media. I think it's a phenomenal website, and the reason I feel like it would work well for me is because as a Stanford journalist, I work with basketball, football, baseball, and more. But I truly feel like I can work at a national outlet and cover the entire sports world.
And then it abruptly stops from Luca Mazy. So there we have it. Thank you, Luca Mazy. I'm sorry I mispronounced his last name, Luca Mazy. A lot of Carter Elliott love in that audition.
Yeah, just shot to the top. A lot of Carter love on there. Great head of hair too, by the way. Also just very intrigued. Like USC shirt, Michigan State fan, cover Stanford. A lot going on with that. With that there now. Obviously, I am familiar with Luca slightly because of his work with Spartan Rivals. And honestly, I don't doubt him with the pen. I just don't know how the pen fits in the Sleepers Media. That's the only thing.
But I will say, I think if pen is the skill set and we decide you're the person, I think we'd find a way to make the pen work. Red flag to me from this audition, point blank, he called us a website.
They call us a website.
Not a website. We don't have a website. So
Called us a national outlet, though.
that won me back. And he kept dropping the word Stanford journalist, which I don't know what that means, but I would like to hire a Stanford journalist.
Yeah, very much in on any Stanford grad.
Yeah. And again, the hair. The hair was
Great hair.
extremely
Also, was
impressive.
trying to identify can in background. Don't know what it is.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll learn in the next step of this audition. But thank you to Luca for the audition tape. We will see where this goes for Luca. The abrupt cutoff was also not great.
Yeah, not good.
But hey, maybe we see where this goes. There's no writing in the competition though, so I think Luca might have his work cut out for him a little bit. But never know. Hopefully, we'll be surprised pleasantly by Luca as the competition moves on. Next up, contestant number 8. Contestant number 8. Allow me to introduce you to Michael Anderson.
Sleepers Media, Greg, Hart, Ralph, Riley, Dion, anyone who may be watching these. I am Michael Anderson, soon to be the best trooper in Sleepers Media. And obviously, the first question is, why me? Look at that beautiful picture of me right there. I love ball. That's the most important thing in this. You guys understand that. There are no off days. It's ball year round. I completely get that. I don't get sick of ball. I love ball. I want to be a part of this team. Now, this started. I'm a big Dayhawk guy. With me in the Basilica. You guys know how I feel about that. Repping here with the stripes. It's a lead in here. I think with my strengths, I think the Big 12 is a big part of your guys' content. I think that I'm a Big 12 encyclopedia. I'm very, very confident in my Big 12 knowledge, and I think I can help you guys bolster that with you really focusing on the Big 10, and then Ralph and Riley in the ACC and the SEC, and Dion is kind of floating around. Used to do the Pac-12 after dark stuff, but now I really want to focus on the Big 12 with you guys. I think that would be very helpful for you sticking in that conference. I know my stuff in that area. I'm comfortable in an online space. I've been in front of a camera. I can do that stuff for you guys, whether that's in the reels. I want to learn some video editing, so I'd be willing to do that and learn that as well. I really want to help you guys in that. On top of that, sports media is what I want to do. It's something that I've been involved with my whole life. I've been a sports center kid. I didn't watch cartoons. I wanted to do this. But you guys have been people that I've been tracking and watching as a college basketball fan this whole time. And then as soon as you posted this, I thought I would jump on the idea because I really want to join you guys' team. And I think I'd be very, very helpful for you guys. Whether that's on camera, off camera, I'll do whatever it takes to be a part of the team.
All right. Thank you very much, Michael Anderson. Cart to you.
So a lot of things I liked in there. Let's get this out the way right now. If you do join, you will not be the best hooper in Sleepers Media. Like, I'd have you in hell. I don't mean to do the visual thing, but like that, your food, your absolute food. But with that said, a lot of things I liked in there. I like the little slight reference of Fog Allen Fieldhouse as the Basilica. That was funny. I enjoyed that. Even the intro saying that you soon are to be the best hooper in Sleepers Media. That's funny to me. The comfortability, the statement of being willing to learn the editing and learn that portion of it, not just kind of ignoring it while also, because I got a little lost there with the ball knowledge conversation, but you brought me back in that middle portion of it, and you ended it with the phrase, and it stuck with me. I'm willing to do whatever on camera or off camera. I like that. So those are some of the main things for me.
It was a great audition because you had a lot that you liked that you listed that I agree with you for liking, but my list of things I liked are different than yours. I think there was a lot to like. It was a strong audition from Michael Anderson, the person here. I'll say this point, Blake, if he gets to the portion of the competition where Riley, Ralph, and Dion are in control and we have to sit back and watch, I think he will immediately be their favorite and be advanced to the finals. I think he showed our team love, which I loved. I think better than even some of the people who have applied for this competition and worked with us in the past. I think Michael Anderson demonstrates a knowledge of who we are and what we do. Mm-hmm. Like I would believe that this guy wakes up and listens to us 5 hours a day, every day, based on this submission here. So I was a big fan of that. I greatly enjoyed his intro, like the way he just emerged with a PowerPoint and insisted on it's ball year round. Yeah, I don't get
what he said, I know ball, I love ball, and pointed at us.
He said it's ball year round. I don't get sick of ball. I love ball. I know ball. That got me. Like, I'm in on this guy immediately. I actually love his angle of like Big 12 encyclopedia, because originally when we were trying to figure out how to scale this, we kind of said, we're the Big 10 guys. We want to get more people that are us in other places. And there's a world where Michael Anderson becomes that. I think he could do on-camera stuff. I buy the personality, the persona, based on how he presented himself here. Can't be all good, though. A couple negatives for me. Does he want to be on camera a little too much? Based on that audition, like I would be a little afraid he comes in thinking he's going to be Riley or Ralph immediately and gets a little put off when we're telling him that we need more help with production stuff. But, that was my background too. Like I would have loved to be on camera, and I sort of had to grind it through production for a couple of years first. And ultimately, I think Field of 68 didn't love me that I wanted to be on camera so much. They wanted a production guy. So that's something he'll have to navigate. And then lastly, the PowerPoint he put together, we just couldn't read.
Yeah.
So I would have loved if he had put this together in a format that like we could read it, even like make a TikTok where we can see the slide instead of recording it in front of his TV. I would have liked that more. Does make me question, like, does he realize we couldn't read that? And would he be able to present things visually well?
Well, secondly, based off that, he came in with a basketball at the end, and also now that I look at it, how was he changing the slides?
I don't know.
Was that all timed?
It might have been timed, yeah. Which, if that's true, really impressive.
That's very impressive because I don't know how he changed those slides.
How tall do you think Michael Anderson is?
A 6'2".
I'm thinking 6'4".
No way. I listen. As a tall person, people who are tall like that never put the camera that low on themselves.
I guess that's a fair point. All right. Well, thank you, Michael Anderson. Very good audition. We've got 3 more for you. Let's introduce you to number 9. Contestant number 9 is Tristan Winkelman. Here he is.
Hey guys, my name is Tristan Winkelman, otherwise known as Coach T Hoops, and I've grown almost 12,000 followers on TikTok with my basketball film breakdown, and I've done some stuff over on X too. I produce, I edit videos, I manage social media, and I have a pretty deep ball knowledge from coaching high school basketball for the last 7 years and breaking down plays through film study for all levels. I've run this page for a few years now and have been following Sleepers pretty closely over the past year. And since we follow each other, I've seen your style. I think you're somewhat familiar with what I've done in the past, and I could bring a pretty detailed analysis, content growth, fresh ideas to the things that you guys are trying to do. And I'm eager to help elevate your coverage and curious to see what this partnership potentially could do. So I'm looking forward to it. Peace.
All right. Thank you, Tristan. Cart, your thoughts?
Great mustache. Also, I like the format of like our like Sleepers Got Talent logo and his portion of it. And I think honestly, we have some more to go here, but that was the most precise kind of video to me so far, while also like hitting on the points. Mm-hmm. Like he talked about the reels, content growth, the following on TikTok, which is honestly, I think we have a very untapped space in the TikTok space that people could utilize. He's shown he can utilize that, and then ended it with the ball knowledge portion of it. Yeah, it would have been nice to. So hand up here, Tristan. I don't know like what your Twitter page is or what this TikTok is that you grew. So if I could have like maybe seen some numbers, some graphics in the background or something to back that information up, that would have been nice. Also, I probably could have just looked before we got on here and did it, but. Yeah, I thought that was a strong, simple but good and precise audition tape.
I agree with the pacing point by you. It was straight and to the point. I want whatever content the winner of this competition produces for us to be quick to the point. We want it to not be any dead air. I think he has a good sense of that. I will say one thing that stood out to me here. I think at the end he was talking about, I think I could really help you with creative ideas. That's what I'm after. I said that's what I want in the show. I would have rather he gave us some of the creative ideas, right? And maybe he wants to be a little mysterious, maybe play that close to him for this point in the competition. Maybe we'll see those later throughout the competition. But it's one thing to be like, I can help you with ideas versus like, this is what I would do for you. I would do a series of this. I would try this. Honestly, think back to it. Booby's really the only contestant, I think, that started this audition with like, here's something I want to do for Sleepers. Beyond just talking skill sets, it's more like you should try doing this. So maybe just a note for all parties involved. It's one thing to like be like, I can help you with ideas. Give us the ideas. Show us what those would be. Otherwise, it's hard for us to go off this. But based on that audition alone, though, Cart, I think I feel like he gets production and just like kind of being the grinder person behind the scenes, and almost I feel like he'd be a low maintenance person to bring on, which would matter. Sometimes those are the best people to work with. So I'm intrigued by Tristan. I think he might end up crushing the skill set stuff because a big part of these competitions is not just like make a graphic, it's choose the right thing to make a graphic about. And I think Tristan will be really good at that based on his audition tape.
Yeah. Safe floor. I'm LaMelo. You're Brandon Miller. He's Con Knipple in a perfect world.
He could help our culture a lot.
Yeah.
Also, his name's Tristan Winkelman. Have we talked
Yeah,
about that?
that means something.
Can we call him T Wink?
I was just gonna call him Winky.
Can we call him Wink?
It's called Wink.
I like Wink. Wink. I like Wink. I'm intrigued. We've got 2 more auditions for you here. Allow me to introduce you to contestant number 10, Venet Ayala.
Yo, I'm Venet. I'm a junior at Purdue University studying industrial engineering, but more importantly, I'm a fellow Braden Smith admirer. I didn't really know what to do with my 60 seconds, so I did what you guys do best, make a tier list. Now let's just get the easy ones out of the way. Michigan rejected me, so we know where that goes. And we also know where the GOAT goes. My best skills include brainstorming, creativity, process automation, and pickleball. I also played golf in high school and could probably shoot better than Dion and Carter combined. I have decent experience in social media management, outreach, and video editing. A couple ideas I had. One, we could make a sleepers golf segment where I teach Carter and Dion how to play the game properly. Another idea could be instead of the familiar faces in the videos, we can invite people from the Discord or maybe active people in the community to join the video and give some of their hot takes. I think that would be pretty cool. Add some more depth into the videos. But yeah, looking forward to hearing back from you.
Venet, get in your Duffy, young man. That was special, man. Hold on. First of all, he hit the. Let me go ahead and visually swipe, and then that tier maker portion of it. That might have been that might have been my favorite thing that I've seen so far in this whole segment, in this whole talent evaluation.
Yeah, I'm loving this competition. I think we had one earlier where we were like, okay, welcome to the show. This is gonna get serious, I think, at a certain point. We have some very good applicants with a lot of different skill sets. I just asked for it a minute ago. I said I want to see the ideas. I want to hear what you actually have. Venet hit us with that. But while he was giving us verbal ideas of things we could do, he also was showing us, not telling us what he can do, right? He had video editing because we saw an edited video. He had a tier maker creativity because we saw a tier maker. In the middle of that, he's mixing in some great, verbal anecdotes about how he feels about all this, about how he knows us. He mentioned members of the team. He clearly gets us. I was just really into that entire audition. I thought that was like a 10 out of 10, knock it out of the park audition.
Yeah, 100%. And I kind of like the fact, too, that I like people that reference that they watch us, right? Like, he's like, I didn't know what to do with this video, so I did what Carter and Greg would do.
Yeah,
I made a tier maker. Like that is something that I rock with.
And some minor things too, like that's the first video we've seen from anyone we've worked with actually, in any way, shape, or form, any place that has used the words on the video, which is like a huge way to actually get picked up by an algorithm when you're working on like TikToks or Shorts or Instagram. Like clearly he gets that. That's awesome. It'd be really easy for him to like take that and apply it to the types of trivia videos I think we're doing right now. So I loved that. I loved how he cut our music at the end and made a little outro. Like this tells me, again, the way we're setting up this competition is very much like be resourceful, figure it out, work with everything we have out there and make stuff that looks and sounds good. Venet, I think, just gave us the most resourceful audition right now because he took things that already exist without us telling him what to do and put together a really nice product that checked all the boxes for me. So I'm a fan. He also sent us a resume. He's the only person who sent us a formal resume as well. And I was going to open it, but now I'm realizing it probably isn't the greatest thing to show his full resume on camera, is it?
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, look at us learning on the fly. So we'll keep that to ourselves, but like that too. He's the only one who just added, here's my resume on top of it. Venet, you've caught our attention. Cart, this leads us to our final applicant here, or our final contestant that we pushed through. Number 11, Mr. Zack Kyer.
What's up, Sleeper Media? My name is Zack Kyer. I'm a 21-year-old recent college graduate from NC State, where I was a student manager for the past 3 seasons on the men's basketball team. And I even got my ACC championship ring to prove it. It's not really dancing, doesn't really dance, but I do have my last name with some ice cream cones. So that's pretty cool. A little bit about myself. Look, I'm not going to lie. I don't know a ton. I got some familiarity with it. I don't know a ton about graphic design or video production. But if you ask any of the coaches I work for, one thing they're going to tell you is Zach works his ass off for what he wants to do. And what I want to do now that I'm post grad is I want to work in basketball media. Right now, I'm working this 9 to 5. I don't want to do that. I want to talk about college basketball. I want to be around college basketball. I just want to talk about basketball because that's the game I love. I've been around the ACC for the past 3 seasons, some of the highest form of college basketball you can be around. I've been to a Final Four. I know what goes on during practices. I know what goes on during games and the huddles and the in-game adjustments. I feel knowledgeable about it, and I'm here to help y'all. I want to learn more. I want to be better, and I just want to be a part of the thing where everybody can just talk about basketball and enjoy the sport. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Zack Kyer. Cart, your thoughts on Zach's audition?
First of all, Angle's crazy. Angle's crazy. We were borderlining something there, but your legs look nice. I don't know. Can we say that in this interview? Look, some of the things that stuck out to me in that you pulled a Greg by having your ice out, so that has to resonate for sure. Has to resonate. Two, also a part that is lost sometimes with the sleeper stuff is like the actual we work harder than other people, and I felt the work hard grind of that, and also I kind of know or have an idea of like the thankless job that is being a basketball manager is because you don't do it for the glory whatsoever. It's because you truly do love it and you work hard at it and you form relationships. And it is a thankless job because coaches will be like, just do this. They don't give you like figure out. It's like given a task, figure it out, do what you got to do. I feel like a lot of that could relate to what we do at Sleepers.
Yeah, I feel like you can't teach someone to want it. And maybe this could be a misread. Maybe we'll learn this later in the competition, but I think I'm a pretty good judge of people and character, and I can get a first impression, kind of understand who you are and what you're about. I think arguably as much as anyone else that is in this competition, I buy that Zack Kyer wants it. Off of that, it was him just talking, but he gave us his story, and every step of the way, how he's gotten to where he is now is very much like, I live this game, I love it, I'd do anything to get my foot in the door. I will say, it intrigues me that he is out of college. Not that that's being held against anybody else in this competition, but he's talking about he's at the point in life now. I'm post grad. I don't want to work a 9 to 5. This is what I want to do. And when you get to that point in your life, sometimes there is a little more of a sense of desperation, a sense of urgency. I could relate to that. I didn't want to go into corporate America. I wanted to somehow make my dreams a reality. And I feel like this reminds me, I mean, I don't know, I probably shouldn't give the details of this out, but like it reminds me of the day I got a Zoom call with Rob and Jeff. And I was just like, guys, I just want this. Give me a chance and I'll figure it out and I'll show you. And I don't know, maybe that's pulling on the heartstrings for me a little bit, but I'm intrigued by how much Zach displayed here. Big red flag. He said, I've seen some of the highest levels of basketball close and personal, the ACC.
Yeah, did recognize that.
Highest level, ACC.
It's his conference, though.
He did go to a Final Four, though.
Did go to a Final Four.
Honestly, he took NC State to a Final Four.
Yeah, like didn't that one McNeese guy got all the hype? Like, yeah. Did he carry the boombox?
What if he led DJ Burns to a Final Four? If we could teach him how to run with that narrative, I think I would really like this.
If he would have came and be like, I was DJ Burns' nutritionist. I was in charge of making sure he ate.
Any concerns that if we hired this guy, he might just be unavailable because he's at lunch with Jamie Shaw?
Yes.
I feel like anyone in the Carolinas is always at risk of like, no, I can't work today. Got to go do a 2-hour lunch with Jamie Shaw.
Yes, that always crosses my mind.
Yeah, him and I think Zach and Riley together would scare me a little bit.
I would, if I had it my way and he does come on board, I would keep them apart.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Food for thought. That's all 11 finalists that we have here, Cart. Overall, any takeaways from this first audition group?
So I thought there was a lot of good stuff in here. I also can't shake the feeling that if I was a part of this, like my tape would be awful. I don't think I would have made it to this round.
You don't think so?
No, like I wouldn't have had much. I would have showed up and like, Cart, and just stop the tape. Like that's about it. I'm Carter. I hoop to Albion. Like, what's up? But no, there's a lot of good things. I'm interested to see like the people that I feel like were strong in this section, what it looks like when they're given the next task, right?
Yep.
Because like you have like the Fritzes of the world who come on strong singing Inconsequential Love, whatever the name of that damn song was, but they didn't finish strong. You know what I'm saying? It's a competition. I'm interested to see the next steps.
It's going to be a journey. I think there will be twists and turns. Some people who may have appeared strong in their audition tape, I could see struggling when we get to some of the skill set challenges. I think some people that maybe left a little bit to be desired with their auditions, but still made it to this point, could either surprise us or blow us out of the water with whatever they do in the skill portion. So, again, the next step for this competition, all 11 of the people you have met today have been asked to make a graphic off of anything they want from a previous Sleeper segment. Make a graphic, make it look good, pick whatever you want, and make it something that we would be proud to share on social media. Email it to us. A week from today, we will come back on the Sleepers podcast on Tuesday. We will review all 11 submissions from our 11 finalists. And then we will make 3 cuts. We'll cut it from 11 down to 8 and proceed from there. If you want to follow along with this journey, we would obviously appreciate that. It'll be through the full episodes of the Sleepers podcast every step of the way. And thank you to everyone who applied for this. Again, we had 20 more applicants than we pushed through to this round. So even though we made some jokes at people's expense today, we really think highly of all 11 of these people that we've put here. I think each one of these people brings something awesome to the table. And in a perfect world, we would honestly be able to work with multiple members of this group here. So I'm excited to see where this goes. It is humbling that we have 30 people that want to work with us, like when we weren't even a thing like 2.5 years ago. So that's not lost on us either. It should be fun. Card, I'll allow you to have the final word at the end of episode 1 of Sleepers Got Talent.
Look, I think it's off to a great start. I'm excited for this journey. And also, if you want to get some extra bonus points on here, would love someone to edit Greg and I onto like some famous judges from a show, so that we can just have that in our arsenal.
Yeah, I feel like Randy Jackson would work well for you.
I got no one to blame but myself.
I mean, all you had to do was respond and be like, Paula Abdul would be great for you, but you don't know who Paula is, do you?
I do know Paula. I
do you?
Honestly, your comp would be the dude with the douchey neck beard.
Luke Bryan?
Yeah.
I'll take that comp. That's really, really nice. Lastly, I don't know if you want to answer this or not. Do you have any favorites after the round of auditions? Anybody that, like right now in Carter Elliott's heart and mind, may be in the lead?
I do, but I'm not going to reveal it.
Really? You're being like real private as a judge. This is the point of a show like this, Cart. Like,
am I supposed to come out there and say it?
Well, like in the audition round, I feel like in talent shows, a lot of the judges will sometimes come on and be like, you could win this competition. And they don't say that to everybody else. Like, we'll let you through. We like you. You've got potential. So I don't know. Who would you put in the you could win this competition bucket right now?
I think there's 3. I think there's 3 that I think they hit me early. And I think it's in no order. It's Venet, it is Michael Anderson, and then Eli.
Those were, I think, the 3 best auditions.
I think audition wise, those are probably the 3 most well-rounded, most well-balanced.
I think you're right. I still have major questions with all 3, though.
Yeah.
I do. But I think if there were winners of the audition round, I would say it was those 3. But I think we might have 3 completely different winners of the graphic design challenge. So
I agree.
We shall see. Thank you for watching episode 1 of Sleepers Got Talent. Thank you to everyone who submitted this. Hopefully a month from now, we have a new member of our team.